highlighted. Put the driveway back together. The driveway was fine.
Did it have twinkle lights?
This is the Twinkle Lighthouse.
Take a damn call, or at least answer a text or an email instead of ghosting for days.
Never heard of a hullabaloo.
What? Stop.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to Hustle Humbly. It's Alyssa and Katie, and we are two top producing realtors in the Baton Rouge market.
We work for two different companies where we should be competitors, but we have chosen community over competition.
The goal of our podcast is to encourage you to find your own way in business.
So stop comparing yourself and start embracing your strengths.
Hi.
Hey, Katie.
Hello and welcome. It is episode 129, How to Be a Great Cooperating Agent.
Yes, I'm excited about this one. Apparently, a lot of people are.
Wow. we asked the people for their thoughts, and boy, did they deliver.
Because we always say we want to be the agent that other people want to work with.
Well,
so how are you going to do that?
Oh, we've got a list.
We're going to tell you
We're going to tell you exactly how, but beep, 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 doop, doop, doop.
The flip report.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
You shouldn't be. Y'all are going to die.
What happened? What has happened?
So
we're going to die?
Oh.
I'm so nervous right now.
I just stressed myself out. Okay, it's fine. I had it's done.
It's complete.
It looked beautiful.
How it looked beautiful.
Looked beautiful.
That's past tense.
It was
and
done.
I'm freaking out.
So I had it inspected just to make sure.
I'm like having heart palpitations.
Just to make sure there wouldn't be any surprises.
Okay.
And there really wasn't. The inspection was not bad.
You just did a regular old home inspection.
Love it. Just to be proactive.
Good idea.
And
good tip for sellers.
I went through and highlighted the things that my contractor should fix. Okay. Just little things like some rotten trim that wasn't all the way fixed. Some light bulbs weren't working. So I just highlighted it. Mm-hmm. And I sent it to him and said, hey, see attached inspection report. I made some notes. Could you check out the highlighted items? He's like, see. I get a picture of the driveway busted up.
The whole driveway?
Only a portion of it. I caught him halfway. I'm like, what are you doing? It was on the inspection report.
No.
There was cracks in the driveway. I said, it was not highlighted. It was not highlighted. Put the driveway back together. The driveway was fine.
Stop what you're doing.
Also, the inspector noted that the foundation is not fully visible. It's an old house. And so the grading is high. All the houses on the street are this way. He dug a trench around the house.
Yeah, you did.
A trench and ripped up our bushes that he planted to dig the trench.
The ones he just put in the ground?
Yeah. So now if you drive by my beautiful flip house, it looks like a disaster.
What in the world?
So I couldn't go. I just was like, I can't deal with this. I'm disconnecting right now. Whitney, go to the flip house.
I can't do it. What?
I get a text from Whitney. Don't come here. That's what she said.
Don't ever come here again.
I'm sweating right now telling this story. I wasn't hot before we started recording, but it's all coming back.
You're like, oh God, the lights and the story.
So sending the inspection report to a normal contractor where the communication, he's so nice and he's fixing it all. He's putting it all back. I don't know what I'm going to pay for. I don't know. I need to. I'm not paying for all of it because he's got to figure out communication. I could not have been more clear. Okay. So, anyways, he's putting it, and then on the same day, I get a text from an agent that's like, hey, I have a client who I think this would be a good fit for. Would you mind giving me the address so he can drive by?
Not today.
Can't drive by today. So he's in the process of putting it back together.
But he has to pour concrete?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that the weather then will play into it?
Yes. Yep.
I'm ill.
I am really mad at myself. I had my pity party. It's over. I ended the pity party.
We're moving on. There's nothing you can do.
I am taking responsibility for a lot of this, for the fact that I should have said, let's meet in person.
Walk it through.
And walk through the inspection report. But I didn't have time this week, and I didn't want to be honest.
To be quite honest.
I thought, why do that when I could just send him the report with what I want addressed on there?
Yeah. Look, it's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine because I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh my God.
It could have happened with someone you did not have bad communication with. It could have happened with anyone because contractors are a rare breed that just don't listen. Like they just, they don't listen at all. They're like, oh yeah.
Got it.
Listen,
see, and I'm that way too.
Listen, lady.
I'm like, yeah.
I got it.
I see this inspection report. Thank you. But I did I even like highlighted on the inspection report the items and then wrote in blue next to it in simple terms.
Can I ask what you did want him to do off of the inspection?
Sure. I'll read. Oh, that would be great.
I would love to know what he was supposed to do instead of tearing out the shrubs and the driveway.
Pretty much nothing outside.
Oh my God.
Pretty much nothing outside. Okay, some of the things were, there was some vegetation close to the house.
Oh my gosh.
Cleaning.
Like a few little ferns. Pull some weeds.
A piece of damaged trim.
Okay.
That was painted over.
Got it.
Repair the trim. The bottom of the garage door was rotten, from the rain.
This always happens.
Yeah, just fix that, easy peasy.
Did he do those things or did he go straight to the
Oh no, he
big
started
jobs?
with the big jobs. He started demoing the exterior.
Oh my God.
Some little holes that need to be sealed.
Seal it up. Caulk it up. Okay.
Debris on the roof. Blow off the roof.
My word.
Some light bulbs were missing.
This is like handyman type stuff.
Yes. Weather stripping at the front door.
Oh, bless.
There was no air filter in the AC. That kind of stressed me out because it's new.
Well,
one of the cabinets needed adjusting. The garbage disposal was not connected. It was installed, but it was not connected.
These are so easy.
Caulking around the tub faucet where it meets the tile. That was the list.
He could have literally done all of that in about 4 hours.
That was the list.
And then he was like, well, I guess I'll start with the big stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot of just minor electrical things, open splices here and there. I sent the electrical portion of the report to my electrician.
Okay.
He didn't even get that copy. He didn't even see that thing. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I do need to. Oh. So anyways, I am hoping that it would all be fixed soon. Okay. I was planning on photos tomorrow. But now,
not so much.
Look,
it's okay. Tomorrow it's going to be like an ice storm. So
yeah,
it's okay.
Right.
Wow. I think we should just end it.
Yeah. The end.
It's
going to be fixed. Okay. But it was done and now it's not.
It's not done.
It's not done. And Whitney, did some staging on it. The like buffet area.
Yeah.
Like the bathrooms, the kitchen. Oh, it just looks, it really looks great. I was really upset yesterday when all of this went down, but now I got to a point where I had to laugh about it.
I think it's fine. Look, when you said it looked good, I was thinking, oh my God, was it like vandalized something really terrible? Come on, something really terrible could have happened. This is fixable.
Yeah, it is fixable. The only thing I am sad about is the trenching around the house because putting it back now just like draws attention. Like what happened?
What was wrong here?
What happened? Yeah.
Yeah. You got to put some like sod there.
Yeah.
He's going to have to.
I know.
Oh my word.
I just... I can't believe that happened. And it would not have happened, I don't think, if I would have just...
It's okay.
Showed up and paid attention.
Well, lesson learned.
Yeah.
This is why you won't do another one for a while.
Right.
I'm trying
to do another one.
Right. Did we ever dig into the 10% like, extra budget, like the trouble budget?
Okay. But it was kind of like things I chose to do. Like I was like, oh,
This is going so well.
this is going so well. Like I don't know if I shared before, but I ended up like renovating the garage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
just dirty
Yucky.
and needed new sheetrock bad.
Oh.
But it
Okay.
didn't bother me when the house was old. But now that the house is renovated,
You're like, it
I was
just
like,
looks
this
like a
garage
sore
has
thumb.
got to be done.
Okay.
And it looks amazing.
Great.
$1,700.
That's not bad.
Worth it. It looks
Okay.
great.
Well, I'm sorry, and we're moving.
Okay,
moving on.
Okay, how to be a good agent that people want to work with.
Right. Oh my
concludes
God.
the flip
Do
report.
you know what is do? But do you know what is so funny? There is what we asked. We asked the people. We asked the
Yeah.
people what makes an agent good to work with, like who you would want to work with again.
Yes.
And on mine, I asked also what makes someone not a good agent to work with.
Oh,
okay. But
Look at all our notes. We got
Wait,
YouTube. We're showing YouTube all
YouTube.
of our notes.
Look at all the notes.
I have more than these, more pages.
Okay, what is the number one? What is the number one answer? Come on, just this is like a Family Feud.
You want me to answer?
Top answer:
The top answer in my Instagram feed was communication.
communication. I got it in all caps. I got it with exclamation points. I
Yep.
got it with lots of adjectives. But the irony and why I wanted to bring up that one first is that is exactly where the problem came in the flip report.
I know. And it's funny because I'm going through these answers as I'm okay, for example, the inspector. So we asked lenders, title, agents, like who do you want to work with? One of the things that they said was don't send the entire inspection report.
To anyone ever.
Yeah. And like I did that to my contractor.
You did exactly.
I tried to filter by highlighting.
No.
But I still sent the whole report.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, this has happened to me before with
And
my
look what
clients
happened.
who have sent the whole report and this similar type of stuff happens. Or we're not going to dive off onto that, but yes, communication.
Yes,
communication.
yes.
So let me just I'm going to run through what makes a realtor easy to work with as written by my people.
Okay, so this is just the people answers.
So this is the people answers. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Communication is key. Take a damn call or at least answer a text or an email instead of ghosting for days.
Okay.
They answer their beep phone. Communication, exclamation point. Consistent communication. Proactive, respectful communication. Easy to communicate with. Communication, all caps. Prompt and clear communication. Responsive. And then it comes up again, honesty and communicate. It's over and over and
Communication.
over and over.
Communication.
Here, guess
Communication.
what? This is why we did an entire episode called
Communication.
Communication.
So you can refer back to
episode
the
episode 116.
116.
Episode
Communication.
116 is all about the
So
communication.
that way we don't dedicate this whole episode.
What I would like to say about this is that you guys, this is literally the easiest thing you can do.
yeah.
All the people are saying, all the other agents are saying is you would be a dream to work with if you simply communicate.
Yes.
I mean,
That's it.
how hard could it be?
The end. That's the end of this episode.
Right. Yeah.
And
You were worried it would be too long.
Yeah. That's it. That's all we got.
The end.
And it's funny because we do have practical tips from lenders, appraisers, title companies, and inspectors.
Yeah, and I have some practical tips also.
And their tips sort of all go back to communication. It's amazing.
Okay. Well, let's not get to the tips just yet.
Okay.
I want to finish out the few other things that people said about what makes a realtor easy to work with. No ego.
That was huge.
Provides correct info and documents. Responds to email even if it says received, Alyssa Jenkins.
I do that now that Google auto
Awesome.
clicks, like, thank you. Click.
Nice. Just nice. Just
Yeah.
being nice.
Kind, yes.
Humor, which I kind of agree with.
Yeah,
I
that
would
was-
love to
that
work.
came up
If
here.
you're funny, I would love to work with you again. Kindness and good communication. And then it just said again, honest. I got a lot of kindness. Honestly, I would
Yes.
just appreciate kindness. Being kind, all caps. Some realtors are so unnecessarily rude.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Also, they want everyone to win, avoid drama, stay calm and cheerful, be human, let's work it out, don't have a chip on your shoulder. Again, truly just communication and respect. So simple. Refusing to communicate with respect as if they are competing. That's a don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a practical one someone shared. Text or email a summary of the main points of the offer so that they have it in writing for reference.
Yeah.
Willing to talk on the phone, not just text or email. It doesn't mean you have to call for everything, but being willing to talk on the phone. If you refuse, if the other agent on the other side of the transaction is trying to talk to you and you refuse that type of communication, that is not being easy to work with.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, that other agent needs
That.
to talk it out.
I had an agent recently, because I'm an emailer.
Yes.
I will say, if it is during normal business hours and you call or text me, you will get a response.
Okay.
I prefer an email, but I will respond if it's during normal business hours. If it is in the evening and you call or text me, you will get a response tomorrow.
Okay.
Probably via email too. But I just had a lady that was like, I know you prefer email, but I have to tell you, my email is not good. You would be upset if you saw my email.
She's like, I'd rather
to like
say it
text
to you.
Oh,
or
she
she
had
had
to call
texted?
you. Like I just
So what
I don't
happened?
like. She was like, I'm not a good emailer. I said, I will do
I
my
thought
best.
it was like a bad situation.
No, she's just her email's out of control and she doesn't get her emails.
She doesn't want to get in there.
Yeah, she doesn't want to get in there. So who knows what's in there?
Puts a whole other
But
story.
so she was like, I'm better with texting and email. I'm like, who knows the balls that you have dropped?
they're
Like,
all in her email.
Yeah, it's a mess.
They're all in her email.
So I told her I was kind and I did my best and we made it through
Okay,
fine.
thank God. Well,
But
yeah.
I think calling, I am not anti the phone. I just think you should ask yourself beforehand, like, how urgent is this?
Yeah.
Like, I was at a home inspection yesterday and we couldn't find something and I needed like a quick answer.
Yeah.
It was normal business hours. I texted the agent. She texted me back. I got what I needed.
That's fine.
There are time and places where that communication is
Yeah.
necessary.
Okay. I love it. Do you want to do practical tips now, or do you want to hear what people said they do not want their co-oping agent to do?
You can run through that list real quick.
Okay, I'm going to go through it real quick. What do co-oping agents do that you wish they would stop?
Okay.
Is my question. Not answer calls. Shocker. Not submit docs by deadlines. Not responding or not respecting the deadline. Not doing their job. We have episodes for like literally all of this stuff.
All these things, yeah.
Doesn't return calls or emails. Not responding to emails ever. Never answering their phone ever. Not everything requires a 30-minute phone call. I thought that one was interesting because most of us are annoyed that you won't answer the phone, but it is annoying if you need to talk for
If you're
way too
always
long every
talking.
time.
Yes.
Okay.
Quickly.
Unresponsive. Oh, then this came up a lot. Condescending. Talk down or belittle newer agents. Speaking down to other agents and having no respect for them. No compromise, a line in the sand. So that would be like poor negotiating. Lying. Buyers will not ask for repairs over X, and then they do. Reminding them how many years they have been in the business.
Oh,
They do not like when their co-op agents like, well, I've been doing this for 25 years.
Right.
We talk on the phone for 30 minutes for everything.
Right.
Shady, manipulative negotiating.
Oh.
Like, don't do
yeah.
that. Being rude, being a jerk, being mean, condescending again. Gaslighting. We have more showings was the example.
Oh.
That would also to me be
Yeah.
lying.
Right.
Don't lie. But
Over
also-
exaggerating can be lying. Yes.
Yeah, over exaggerating, not good. Don't use it like a tactic. You have to tell the truth. Ignoring paperwork requests or letting deadlines lapse without the big C, communication. When everything is a fight and they default to defensive. Having everyone else work their deal and not the actual listing agent. So like when a different team member is constantly
you'll talk to my assistant from now on, and then
Yeah,
this
but
person will handle this part of the
right,
transaction.
but like don't keep
Yeah.
changing it around.
Right.
Can we need a solid line of contact.
Yes.
Who do I talk? It's even worse when the listing agent repeatedly steps back in. Either it's all someone else. Like I agree with this. It is hard to get through a transaction. I don't even know what kind of co-oping agent you are. If you dumped me off to some other part of your team, but then you keep popping in. Who do I talk to? Don't
Right.
make me copy 3 people.
Yeah.
I do not want to copy 3 people on every email, every text, every
Anytime
call.
I get a new transaction and the agent's like, hey, I've copied my team on this email. Please make sure they're all on correspondence every time. I'm like,
no.
so difficult.
Can't they just get a team email that everyone can log into?
Right.
Like, then
That would
y'all
be
figure it
better.
out on your
Yeah.
end, not on my end. Anyway, Not respecting professional working hours. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Big ego, plus no idea how the process works. Dangerous combo.
Yes.
When they stop being professional and get emotionally involved. When the co-op agent takes it personal that the buyer and seller can't come to terms. Okay, so those are all the things that you wish your co-oping agents would stop doing.
Okay.
Stop it.
Perfect.
Please stop it. Okay. Do you want to start with your practical tips?
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's start with what the lenders said.
Love it.
So I think it's important that we are operating our business like a business, and that whenever a colleague or co-op vendor or somebody gets a contract from you, they're like, oh, thank goodness.
Right.
This is who I want to work with.
That's how you win multiples also.
Yes. They're like, this was fantastic.
Yeah.
So the lenders, one of the biggest things that they said was communication.
What? You don't say.
Don't say. Sending an email to if the lender has a processor or something,
Okay.
like just copying them.
Copying the right parties.
Copying the right parties,
Okay.
but also the lender making the introduction. I mean, the realtor making the introduction from the buyer to the lender.
Oh.
They said they see a lot of realtors that are scared to be involved in the pre-approval process.
And they don't like that.
And they don't like that. They like the introduction, and they like when the realtor has already educated the client
Ooh.
on the pre-approval process.
Oh.
Like, hey, don't be surprised when they need to pull your credit.
You got to do
They're
this.
going to need these documents. So hearing it from us first softens the blow, because they said sometimes the buyers come to the lenders
They're surprised.
so excited. Hey, I'm ready to get pre-approved, and the lender's like, great, we're going to pull your credit.
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that. What are you talking about? And then they get scared, and then they delay
Yeah.
or never come back.
Right.
Eventually they have to come back, because if they want to buy a house, this is what you have to
This
do.
is what you got to do.
But they said they can tell which realtors are explaining to the buyer
Oh.
because it's easy. Like, oh, this is one of Alyssa's clients. I can just jump
They're
right
gonna
into the
know.
process.
Love
Yeah.
it.
One thing I've loved too about my lender, one of my lenders, she loved my email template so much that she made an email template
Oh.
for like whenever a buyer
What?
emails and says, hey, so-and-so gave me your name.
Yeah.
I'm ready to start the pre-approval process. She now has a template
Love
that
it.
she copy and paste.
Love
How
it.
many times? She was like, I can't tell you how many times I've used it. And
Wonderful.
I used to just type this long email.
And then you're like, duh.
Yeah. Or it would be like inconsistent. Like sometimes it would be long if I had time, and sometimes it was short. And
You're like, no, I
like,
want you
hey,
to
okay,
say,
great. Here, apply here.
Get
you
it all
know?
the stuff out. Oh, I love that. While you're on email templates and lenders, we had an agent reach out to us who bought the templates recently, and she used the ones that go to the lender, and where they were basically copying the lender on the you're under contract, I think.
Yes, yes.
Okay. She said that the lender went to all the other lenders in their office and like showed them this email and was like, this is the most professional thing I've ever received.
Oh,
I,
awesome.
like just couldn't stop talking about how great it was. And this was, again, a newer agent. So I just thought that was...
That is cool.
Lenders appreciate
Okay.
that.
So this next thing actually came from a title company.
Okay.
But they said this would be super helpful, and you should, if you have our templates, I'm gonna go edit mine
Okay.
to match this.
Okay.
Because this I think is a great idea. When you get a new contract,
Which one are you going to edit? You're under contract?
I think it could be the one that goes to the buyer's agent and the lender,
Okay.
or anything that goes to a lender should have
Got it.
this.
Okay,
Or in
let's hear
title. Title likes when they are copied on the same email as the lender.
Okay. Oh,
Because
really?
now they have the lender's contact information. They said if you could have bullet points with these items,
Okay.
it would be tremendous. I was like, wow. Bullet points to be price, lender information, or saying the lender is copied on this email, the address, the close date, any concessions in the contract. And they said any concessions, not just closing cost. If there's something special written in the
Anything in
contract,
there.
a
Terms,
home
basically.
warranty, windows are on back order, anything that is in the contract that you typed in or added should be under that. commission split,
Mm-hmm.
HOA information,
Mm-hmm.
and notes. For example, seller lives in California. Seller has a busy job and this is the best way to reach them. And then all of the buyer information or seller information, all of the client's information.
Mm-hmm.
That is what they need. And if they could have that all in an email up front,
Mm-hmm.
that would be a game changer for them. So I think maybe we can
Okay.
make a
I like it.
thing for Instagram or something like a,
The list.
yeah.
I like it.
So, one of the lenders also said put full legal names on your contract. So when you are collecting
yeah.
information to send to sign, it helps the lenders and the title company when they get a contract and it doesn't say
Jimbo.
Jim, yeah. But Jim's really, his real
James.
name is James. And yes, Bo is short for this. And he's got a middle name. He's actually the third.
Yeah, we got to get it all
Yeah,
in there.
they need full legal names on the contract. So
Okay.
whenever you're writing offers, I always tell my clients, perfect, send me your full legal names and email addresses and I will
Put it in there.
type it up.
Okay. Hey, Alyssa.
Hey, Katie.
Guess what?
What?
We have updated the email templates.
Finally.
Whoa! Hallelujah. They are updated and there are more of them.
Yes, we have 10 buyer templates,
Right.
15 seller templates,
Mhm.
as well as a checklist for when to send all the emails at what point in the transaction.
Yes, so you don't have to guess when they go. It's very specific. This happened now, then you send this email. So
This is what they need to know.
this is what they need to know right now. Also, there are 6 attachments that go along with some of the seller side. So like move out checklist and showing prep or all that stuff. So there's all the information you will ever need to tell your clients in one of these templates.
Yes, and if you still aren't sure, you can go back and listen to episode 31 where we talk about the importance of the templates and why we use them.
Like, what are we even doing?
So we hope that they help you because they have helped us so much.
Immensely.
And we have gotten so many wonderful reviews about how they have helped others. And so now they are up to date and ready for you.
Yeah, and you can go read reviews and all the information at emailtemplates101.com.
Lovely.
How easy is that?
Great.
Okay, y'all enjoy.
Bye. The lenders said paying attention to the loan programs that your buyer is pre-approved for.
Okay.
Because if their buyer is going FHA, they can't buy a house with broken windows or rotten wood.
Right.
And that will kill a deal.
Right. Or if you're an RD, you need to be in the right area.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
The lenders also said something huge that would help them would be when the realtors send an email to the lenders saying, inspections have been completed, you can order the appraisal.
Oh, great. Timing.
Or saying ahead of time, hey, the inspection is on Friday.
right.
And I'm actually encountering this a lot right now because the inspectors are so booked up
Yeah.
with the market being so crazy
Yeah.
that we're not doing the inspection until like day 8, sometimes 9
I know, it's
of our
hard.
10 days.
Yeah.
So the lenders are starting to email me more than they used to saying,
like, "When's that
hey, can we
inspection?"
order the appraisal?
Yeah.
Because they're used to hearing from me. But now I need to be telling them, hey,
It's not.
it's not until next week, so I'll have to keep you posted.
That makes sense. I had one on my list for lenders.
Okay.
Always copy the lender when you send a fully signed offer or addendum
Yes.
or extension. Save. That's a good thing for your co-oping agent too. Save them a step. If you're on the listing side or buyer side, or if you're the last one to sign that document, then send it to all the parties. Don't make them ask for it or, and then it's the end of the transaction. You forgot to send it to the title office and we did an addendum changing the sales price.
Yeah.
Just send it to everybody.
Everybody on the same
Everybody needs it.
communication.
Everybody needs it.
And that's your paper trail
Yeah.
showing like, hey, everybody received this on this day.
Also, don't depend on the co-op agent to do it.
Yep.
This will just actually keep it all done and you know it's done, but it's also helpful for them. How much do you like it when a co-oping agent has already sent the thing that you
So
were like,
it's the
so
greatest.
great.
I'm like, they're good.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Also notifying the title company of cancellations.
Oh, yeah.
So many times we notify the lender,
Okay.
but the title, it all goes to the fact that from what I gathered from our survey, the lender and the title company, they all want to be on the same email
They want to know all the same things.
for the, they need
all
all
the
the same
things.
information.
Makes
the
sense.
title company needs the addendums.
Okay.
They don't, I mean, just use your judgment, but for the most part, they need the information.
I like it.
So for the title companies, what I thought was interesting, I didn't realize how important it is on where everybody sits at the table.
Oh.
And how it's awkward for the attorneys if they have to ask people
To move?
Like, they like the buyers on one side and the sellers on the other side.
Right.
A lot of the title attorneys don't care which side is which. They just want you. Some have a preference.
Some definitely have a preference, but I always ask.
Yeah,
what
where would
side
you
do
like the
want
buyers?
The buyer?
Yeah.
But they don't want to come in and be like, shuffle y'all around.
They said it makes for the agent looking like they don't know what they're doing.
Ah.
And then it makes them awkward. Like people are like, oh, sorry, didn't mean to sit in the wrong spot.
Right.
They also want the agent. A lot of times the agents will sit across from their clients.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Sit on the same side of the table so the title attorney doesn't have to ask you to move.
Oh my God. Why would you sit on the other side?
Yeah, I guess
if there wasn't someone.
Well, like, how now buyers are starting early?
Yeah.
Signing their docs?
Right.
Well, then the seller comes in and the agent has to move out the way.
Oh, like you got to get over
get
to the
on
right
your
spot.
side. Get on your
I
side.
love these are interesting tips.
I know. And
Okay.
she was like, you wouldn't believe that it really makes a difference.
Okay.
So she said when they walk in and tell the clients, all right, y'all can sit in these first two chairs. She likes when the agent directs them.
Love it.
Like
Okay.
where to sit. Like, okay, this is what you do now. We're here.
We're here.
She likes, so we understand the personality of our clients.
Okay.
Giving them a heads up as to what they're about to walk into.
Right.
Hey, these are first time home buyers. Hey, these people have bought 10 houses and they don't need a lot of fluff.
Hey, we're in the middle of a very unpleasant situation.
Mm-hmm. She said, we have spent weeks with our clients.
Right.
Months in some situations. They are just walking in blind and they don't know what
a great point.
manner they need to have.
Right.
Do they need
Give me a
more
heads up.
information? Yep.
Yeah.
So giving them a heads up to the client, even if it's, hey, this should be a really easy one. Everyone's really excited.
Yeah, I think title attorneys or whoever's performing the closing does always get kind of excited when they know some personal details like, oh, I know you're expecting, or this is your first home, or that kind of like,
Yeah.
they do it because they want to make a connection during that
Few minutes.
signing.
Yes. They
Okay.
need our help to do that,
Yeah.
to make their job easier and more enjoyable. They said it's very awkward when realtors are late for closing.
Okay.
So like they're wanting to start and the buyers are like, oh, should I start? Should I not start? Should we wait? Should we not? Like, just try not to be late. Or if you are late, communicate that and say, I'm running late, but go ahead and start signing. We've already reviewed everything.
Like let your client know it's
so
okay.
There's no debating at the table. Like, do we wait for her? I don't know what we should do.
What do we do? Okay.
It is a pet peeve of the title attorneys when everyone is trying to review the closing disclosure at the closing table. Like
They want you to look at it before.
Yes. Now the buyers sign the CD,
Right.
but that's on a computer. This is like your first time at the closing table to be holding the piece of paper.
I typically ask my clients before we go, did you look
Yes.
at it?
Yes.
And then you don't. Then all I'm doing is matching up. Is it the same as what I saw before?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay. But they don't want you to review.
A lot of time, agents are checking commission at the table.
Oh, no.
Are you familiar with the closing disclosure as far as the deposit? Is it on there? Is it not on there? Is the deposit being credited back to the buyer, or are they getting the check back?
Okay.
So anytime she likes when a seller says, well, what is this $3,500 on there? And the agent swoops in and says, remember, we agreed during inspections. And they go, oh, okay.
Okay.
Versus the
title,
attorney saying, that's closing costs.
And then they're like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Okay.
Like, what? I don't.
Makes
so
sense.
making sure that you are familiar with the closing disclosure so that when the client has questions, you can swoop in and say, remember when the roof was leaking?
Yeah.
That's from that. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right,
okay. Because
right.
the title attorney doesn't know the roof was leaking.
No.
So they can answer the question, but we have the background.
Got it.
So they like when the agent is paying attention
Yep.
and prepared to answer questions.
Oh, paying attention.
Yes.
And prepared to answer questions.
Yes, at the closing table.
They want you to step in.
Yes.
And put them in the right seats.
Yes.
Got it.
They want you
Participate.
to be there.
Guess what? Good news, y'all. You can participate.
You can participate.
They would like it.
Another awkward thing is when they are discussing repairs at the closing table.
Right.
Like, oh, do you have receipts for that? Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? Our Louisiana contract says we were supposed to have them 5 days ago.
Yeah.
So she said it's always pretty awkward when they're like, well, was that done? Did you have,
No.
So making sure that there is no discussion of repairs, because that's not a fun thing to discuss. And the closing table is supposed to be like the happy time.
Right.
Everything is done.
All loose ends are tied up.
Yes, we have all the receipts.
Okay.
Everything has been done.
Okay.
But she said it gets awkward when they start questioning condition at the table. Same.
No.
Same. Whenever agents so apparently lenders and title hear a good bit of trash talking.
Oh.
Like, well, that agent didn't know what she was doing, or that lender, or this or that or this. It's just not professional.
Fair.
And it's hard. I can see where, at this point, y'all have been through a lot. You finally made it to the closing table. Who knows what you've been through to get there.
Right.
But just being mindful of how you're speaking about others, because even if you have this relationship with your buyer, maybe it's your best friend and y'all want to talk about how terrible that lender was.
Right.
The title attorney's listening and going,
right,
this isn't professional.
Right.
And I hope they don't talk about me this way.
Right.
It just kind of goes back to what they hear at the table.
Behave in a professional manner.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last thing title said, was don't forget to send us the addendums that you send the lender.
Okay, yeah, I had that on mine. Make sure to provide all signed addenda and extensions to both the title
extensions
and the lender. They both need to know.
And even an email that says, hey guys, see the attached extension. Yeah. The close date is now March 1st.
Yeah, if anything changes in the contract, you really have to alert the title office. They don't know. And the other thing I put is to let them know, the title office, early if a power of attorney is needed. Like, don't wait until the week of closing and be like, hey, the seller's out of town. Maybe you didn't know, but that's why you have to ask questions of your clients up front.
Yes.
Okay, well, closing is on X day. Will you all be in town? Does everyone who needs to sign, are they going to be there? Is someone moving away and we need to do a power of attorney before they move away? Like, sort all that out to make it easier for everyone, but especially your clients. This happens all the time. Married couple, one is leaving prior to the closing. One is staying, one is leaving, right? Well, it's a lot easier to pop in to the local title office and do the power of attorney before first person leaves than it is to have to send it to them. They have to find a notary in their new place. They have to go FedEx it overnight back to the it's a whole hullabaloo.
Yes.
Not necessary.
Hullabaloo?
It's a whole hullabaloo.
Never heard of a hullabaloo.
What? Stop. Anyway, don't do that.
But in the title template that she told me, the bullet points that she said, when she gave the example of special notes,
that would be like
she said
POA,
needed, clients are out of town, client is representing her daughter,
right?
Whatever the case may be, just stuff. Anything they would need to know that
special
would alert
notes.
them.
That makes sense.
Yep.
The other one I have on lenders and title was to check in and make sure the client is doing what they have been asked to do. So the lender has asked them for whatever, pay stubs.
Yep.
And the buyer is not, your client is the buyer and they're not doing these things quickly. You need to check in with the lender and be like, hey, is my buyer doing what they need to do? Because the lenders love for you to step in and be like, get it done.
Yes.
Like, get it done. I have no problem being the heavy with my clients. If the lender's like, I can't get them to finish the application or do this or do, okay, well, let me slip in there and just be
hey
like,
guys, we can't move forward until this is done.
Little tough love.
Yeah.
Little tough love. But so I think that's key. Same with title. If they've called and asked 3 times for their loan number or their social, or like, get it done. Find out if they're doing everything they're supposed to be doing. Oh, and the last one that I have under some ideas for working with your lender and title, when you provide the fully signed offer, let's just say you are on the seller side and there's a counteroffer. Please, for the love of all that's holy, put the counter as the first
At the top.
page of that document.
At the top.
Trust me when I tell you, for the appraiser, for the lender, for the title, they don't want to dig. And for
Sometimes
heaven's
they
sakes,
don't dig.
They don't dig. And don't put it in 2 docs.
No.
It better all be in the
One
same document.
Clean document.
But ideally, put the counter page at the front. Put it at the front.
I always get frustrated when I receive an offer and there's like 8 attachments.
Oh, I know.
You know, here's the offer, and here's the pre-approval letter, and here's the wood destroying insect report, and here's the wire for. I'm like, just put it all together.
Or do it both ways.
What do you mean?
Like, give it all together. But if you want to see, like, there's certain ones that I then have to go separate back out.
Oh, I see.
But it's fine. Get them all in there. But for sure, get that counter where it needs to be. I cannot tell you. I mean, I think it only happened a couple of times because then I learned my lesson. I've had appraisers appraise the house for the original sales price, not the counter offer price.
And then your seller could lose money.
Yeah. Your seller could lose money because you simply didn't organize the PDF the right way.
Right.
Seriously. Thousands of dollars.
Yes.
Over that
I've
kind
had
of
that
a
happen too.
Yeah.
Like, funny that it appraised for exactly the original offer
Right.
price,
And look, we are
but
not going to dig into the fact that that's definitely on the appraiser and it's not doing their job correctly.
Right.
But even still, you can avoid that problem.
Yes.
You get to be, that's how you earn your money. That's what you need to talk to when people are like, what am I paying you for? You're paying me to make sure you don't lose thousands of dollars because a PDF was organized wrong.
Right.
I can tell you it's happened before.
On that note,
Okay.
the appraisers would appreciate a short email.
Oh.
We need an appraiser email template.
What do they want in their email?
Thank you so much for doing the appraisal on this address.
Yes.
The contract is attached, even though
Yes.
they already have it.
I do this.
And
We
the
do have this
terms
email.
are
Okay, they want the terms lined
just
out.
like we send it to the lender. Price,
Okay.
closing costs.
Okay.
The windows are on back order, but they're coming. Anything he needs to know.
Got it. So we just need to add 2.
Also, these are some of the comps that I used when
Yeah.
I ran numbers.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions.
Love it.
That's what they want.
I also
They don't want you to be there.
No.
They don't want you to follow them around while I know in some marketplaces, the
People
listing
do that.
agents are like, you're not there. I'm always there for the appraiser. As long as they have the information, they
Right.
don't need you following them around while they measure the house and take photos.
They don't want to be micromanaged.
No, they would
then
just,
they feel like you don't trust them.
right. Exactly.
Okay. That's a great tip.
If you sell a house before it hits the market, when you put it into MLS, please add a description. And it doesn't have to be a fluffy description. You can just say, sold before processing, kitchen was renovated, bathrooms were not, large backyard.
Yeah.
Things that an appraiser would need to know.
Yeah.
And they still need photos.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they need a quick answer if they're doing an appraisal. I get this call a lot.
Okay.
Hey, I see you sold a house back in March. Was that mother-in-law suite attached? Was it?
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about it? Like, maybe they're doing a challenging appraisal and they're using a house that you sold.
Oh, I get this call all the time.
Yes.
I am happy to answer these questions for you. I will tell you how many offers we had. I will tell you anything you want to know as an appraiser. Anything I can do to make it easier.
But they said it doesn't help if you call them back 2 days later.
Oh, right away. Gotta
The
do it right away.
appraiser is usually working on the report
When he's making the call.
he's making the call because he just needs to know what to put in this report.
Right.
When you provide an appraiser with comps, they said they see this the most.
Oh, God.
The agent will send the smallest house and say, this one sold for $300 a square foot.
No.
So my house must be worth $1 million. I'm exaggerating. But he's like, no, your house is 1,000 square feet bigger. So you can't. He said agents get very stuck on price per square foot.
Yes.
And while it's a good starting point,
It's
it is not all that is into it. And he said, I'm saying he. This wasn't just from my dad.
I'm like, are we just talking about Johnny?
I emailed a few appraisers,
Okay,
and I got some of this is from him, but some of this is from the other appraisers too.
We have multiple opinions.
So I thought this example was funny. Haven, my daughter, gets mad when I don't let her wear like her pink jacket to school.
Okay.
And she gets mad at me. I'm like, Haven, this is school rules. School has a school jacket that you have to wear. If it was up to me, you could wear your pink jacket.
Yeah,
Don't get mad at me. It's school
I'm just the
rules.
messenger.
The appraisers are like, bank rules.
Yeah.
The banks have rules.
Yeah.
I can't use this comp that is this far away because the bank will not allow it.
It's a rule.
Yes. So it's not that the appraisers are trying to be difficult. Sometimes a house doesn't make value. He said, for example, they have to stay within 10% of living area.
Okay.
So it can't be more than 10% bigger or smaller to be used as a comp.
Okay.
Adjustments cannot be more than 15%.
Okay.
So if you find a house and you're like, well, this one has a pool and this one doesn't and this one's renovated and this one's not, and you're making $40,000, $50,000 worth of adjustments, the bank will kick it back.
Yeah.
So they are not the ones making the rules.
Right.
They are just the ones following the
Correct.
rules.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. Those
Good
are
to
the
know.
main things.
Okay. On the appraiser end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they said that understanding that fluffing the price to get all the closing costs, like it doesn't always work out.
Right.
It doesn't add value
No.
there.
Okay.
And a lot of times they will send comps that, hey, but this one sold for $275, but they paid $10,000 in concessions.
Right.
And the appraiser subtracts that from the value. Concessions are subtracted from the value.
Yep.
So just understanding that more and being more patient and gracious with them.
Okay. I like it.
That's it on the appraisal side.
Okay. So you've done title, lender, appraiser.
I do have some inspector notes.
Let's hear them.
Okay.
Come on. Give us all the... We're going to go to agents after this.
Yeah, if we have time.
Because I have a couple of notes for agents.
Okay.
Agent to agent.
Okay.
Not... Tell me the inspector. Come on.
Okay.
Get it out. Just tell me.
Okay. Requesting your appointment early.
Okay.
When you are requesting an appointment, include a link to the property.
Okay.
So they can see the photos. Is it occupied? They have the square footage. They know where it is. All the information is there.
Okay.
Also, when you request the appointment, not only do they need all the property information, but they need the buyer's email addresses.
Oh.
So they need to know. They don't want to go back and forth either. Communication.
Yeah.
They want one email that says, can you do an inspection on this day or this day or this day? Here are the client's information. Here's the house information.
Yeah.
The end.
Okay.
Telling the client ahead of time what the inspector does and does not cover. For example, we can't take apart the air conditioner and check the coil. We are just doing a preliminary visual check. We can't be invasive because it's not your house yet.
Got it.
They do not need help from your 3 dads and uncle. Okay. Helping, quote unquote, slows the process down and can actually cause mistakes. My inspector did tell me he appreciates that I ask them not to come for the first hour.
Right.
It's a long process.
Right.
You can still have an hour or two in the house after that first hour. Like, let him get the most of it done and then ask the client to come.
Sure.
Pay attention at the end when he is going through what they found.
Yep.
So many agents, he said, are on their phone, like they're not paying any attention. And the client's like, what? What's happening?
Oh, man. I always do that walk with the inspector.
I do too. I can't imagine.
I know.
Or, he said, not showing up at all.
He does not like that.
Yes, you have got to be there.
Be there.
He feels like when the agent is not there, he has become the agent.
Right.
And he's trying to like coach them and soothe them. And that's our job. So you have got to be present.
Okay.
He sees agents get angry.
At the results?
Yes. Or he's like, you do have a shingle missing, in fact. It's just the truth.
It's just the facts.
It's just the facts. But he says he sees emotional agents, like a lot. And these are also from a few different inspectors.
Okay.
Whenever you are unsure, whenever the client is reviewing later, always encourage them to call the home inspector.
Yeah.
Sometimes it helps to be remember we talked about this and I said this will look scary on the report, but it's actually not a big deal.
Right.
You know.
Remember?
Remember when we talked about that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what the inspectors would appreciate.
Love it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Breathe. Take a breath. Here are some practical ideas for working with the other agent. We've covered some. Behaving as if we all have the same goal.
Yes.
Selling the house. Have all correct info uploaded in the listing as well as the required documents.
Yeah.
Don't make me chase you down.
Right.
Put it all in there. Put it and fill out that MLS listing over the top, as detailed as you can possibly get.
Yes.
Put it in there. Okay. Have good detailed showing info uploaded. Tell me what's going to happen when I get there.
Yes.
How do I get in? Where is the lockbox?
Especially if you have a condo or a townhome that's in like a big complex and you're not sure how to get to it.
How do I get in the gate? How do I do all these things? Make it easy for me to show your property. Okay. Send a coffee card, note, nice text, an email wishing the agent luck with their buyer if they lost out in multiples on your listing.
Oh, that's really cute.
Like, be nice.
Yeah, we send a nice rejected email, but including a little gift card, like
something, or even just
there.
like an emoji, something.
Yeah.
A text, something. Hang in there. If you cannot meet a deadline, remember, communicate with the agent and tell them why and maybe when they can expect a response.
Right.
Like, we can't get to you because the seller is in surgery and he can't sign this counteroffer right now. Then, like, tell us what is happening. Respect the rules of the business and act ethically. It's very simple, y'all. You know what the rules are. Respect them. Keep your client in check. This is a great way to be a good co-oping agent.
Yes.
Don't let them run wild. Make sure they're not reaching out to the other agent or the other clients.
I've been having this happening more.
That's got to be because their agent isn't available. Why on earth would a client go from, instead of you to their agent, to the other agent? Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Right. Yeah, it's bad.
But make sure your clients, hey, maybe that needs to be part of your email template in the buyer rules. It is not okay or appropriate for you to reach out to the listing agent.
Yeah.
Or the seller.
I'm thinking that might need to be updated because I am experiencing it more.
Where is it your buyer client? Is it their buyer clients calling you?
I had a
Like, what's
buyer
happening?
the other day that had a question about the deposit check and called the listing agent.
What?
And I talked to him all the time.
You're like, why?
And I was like, but why'd you call them? He was like, I don't know, because it was made out to their company. So I just found them on the, it was on the purchase agreement. I know.
Right?
I was like, okay.
Don't do that.
Don't do that anymore.
Please stop.
Yeah.
Okay. It needs to be in the rules.
Yeah.
That sounds like a rules issue.
It sounds like it's starting to become more of an issue.
People just do what they want.
They just want everything
right away.
Yes.
I know. Okay, here's another co-oping agent tip. Make sure your buyer seller knows exactly what to expect, i.e. email templates. You'll have to make way less calls asking for something crazy. Like, if I'm representing the buyer and my buyer knows what's going to happen, they're not going to also ask me if they can have early occupancy in the house. And then I have to call the listing agent. They're like, what the heck are you even talking about? Like, this isn't in the contract. But I'm like, well, I got to ask because my buyer asked. But don't do that. Make sure that your buyer and your seller knows what to expect. That will keep you from having to reach out to the other agent and ask for crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Be mindful of the condition of your listing before closing. Is it clean? Are repairs done? Again, keep your clients in check and behaving well.
Yes.
This is how you can be a good co-oping agent. Okay.
Right. Making sure that they understand what clean means.
Yeah. Hey, when are you planning to clean? How are you going to clean? Tell me your plan. Let's talk it through. I have open a door for a showing or another appointment if the buyer's agent can't find anyone else. If it's your listing, it's on you. Get the listing sold. If another agent reaches out to you and they're like, I really want to show your listing and I can't be there. I'm in Bora Bora.
Right.
Open the door. Ask if you can pick up a lockbox and sign before closing, especially if you're doing the walkthrough right before closing.
Right.
Don't make this so difficult for the listing agent to collect. Just be like, hey, we can't go until the morning of. Can I grab it for you? It's so easy. And finally, send a thank you note after closing.
Lovely.
That's how you be a good co-op. Oh, and one last one. Mickey, I told her I would give her credit.
Okay.
Mickey Jarrett sent a response and said, when she sends an offer to the listing agent, instead of having my buyers write a letter pleading to the sellers, she includes a 4 to 5 sentence resume on herself, something like this. Get ready. I've been in the business for 15 years. It's my full-time job, aka not just a hobby. My lender is the best in the business, and she has never missed a closing date. I pride myself on setting correct and realistic expectations for my clients. They won't ask for stupid stuff on inspections. I have worked hard to have a good reputation among our peers and look forward to having a successful transaction with you.
So that's amazing.
Amazing.
I recently was in a multiple offer situation this week,
Okay.
and the house was fantastic.
Did it have twinkle lights?
This is the Twinkle Light House.
Okay, go on.
And my clients were actually deciding between this and another house that they didn't like as much, and they thought we should just go with the other house because we're not going to win because we have to have at least $2,000 in closing costs.
Okay.
We won.
You won.
And a lot of it had to do with the email template sent to the listing agent with the offer that copied the lender, to which my lender responded to and said, oh, awesome. Thanks so much. These are very strong buyers. Look forward to seeing everyone at the closing table. So, I mean, it makes a difference how you are presenting those offers.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. But can you imagine if you got an offer with a little blurb that said, this is me.
Yeah, we're going to make it. I hope.
I'm going to do this full time.
That's the only thing I would feel terrible about. It's like if you didn't make it.
But if you know your clients and you know the lender and you've already done the legwork on the front end, you should be able to say that with confidence.
For sure.
Right? And you pick a closing date that the lender pre-approves.
And if you really did have those conversations with the buyer about, hey, with the inspection, this is how it goes.
Yeah, if you're not lying, you're not just saying this. If you really did it, I think it's amazing.
It is amazing. I had a buyer's agent call me. So this was on humbling yourself and owning mistakes. Like, we make mistakes sometimes, okay? I don't know why she does this, but she said, I get to the home inspection early and I fill the bathtubs for the home inspector.
Okay.
I don't understand, but that's what she does.
Okay.
And she forgot to turn it off, and she flooded my listing.
Oh my God.
Like, bad.
Oh no.
Yeah. And she was like, I'm just calling to tell you that this happened, and I'm very sorry, and I'm going to handle it. It was vacant. She was like, I have this company coming to soak up the water, and I have this company coming with ozone machines, and my buyer understands, and they're fine because I'm fixing it. If I just want to, is this okay? And I said, well, you're calling me and telling me that this happened, and you're calling me and telling me that you're paying to have it fixed.
So, okay.
Okay.
Accidents happen.
Yeah. And she was like, okay. Thank you for not yelling at me. And I was like, what else can I, I can't say anything else. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And then after it was all said and done, this horrible smell wouldn't leave the house. And so she paid to have the carpets replaced.
Wow.
So she never once asked us for anything. She emailed me and was like, hey, everything is dry and good and the mold tests are fine, but there's a smell, so I'm replacing the carpet if that's okay with your sellers.
Wow.
She just freaking handled it.
Well, good for her.
But like totally humbled herself and was like, I made a mistake. I made a terrible mistake.
Wow.
I know. Kind of crazy.
That's so crazy.
I think about like the mistakes that I've made. I've never flooded a house or anything, but I've certainly made some mistakes where I just had to be like, hey.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
It does happen. And just how you own it and how you handle it is important.
Right. So you would work with her again?
She was great.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, the rest of the transaction, I mean, she just handled it.
Great. Love it.
Anyways, that's
practical.
It's a lot of great tips for being a good agent to work with.
So many tips.
But I love that it really just comes down to how you're operating your business and communication.
Yeah. It's easy. It's truly, truly, truly easy to be a good cooperating agent.
Not bad.
So easy. Okay, let's do a toast. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This toast is from Christina Dunn.
Okay.
Christina is in Orlando or the Orlando area. Okay. She'd like to toast to Chrissy Sieber and Jennifer Harnd. They are agents in my office who are fellow systems queens and Hustle Humbly listeners.
Great.
Chrissy has only been in the biz for less than 2 months and has already shown high dollar clients and has written several offers.
Look at that.
As her mentor, she has wowed me in her ability to adapt to this crazy world of real estate. Jen is a seasoned agent who just recently joined my brokerage. She's a rock star. She was a listener before we even met, and now just joined the modern agent community. It's so fun having agents in my office that love Hustle Humbly as much as I do.
That's awesome.
Cheers to Chrissy and Jen.
Yes.
Thank you to Christina. Christina is an OG. Like, she has listened to the show since the beginning.
Really?
Yes. So we love doing a toast for Chrissy and Jen, and we hope that everyone has a wonderful day, and please be a good cooperating agent.
Be the agent that everyone wants to work with.
That's right. That's a great way to end it. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Hustle Humbly podcast. Let us know who we should toast to for the next episode.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hustle Humbly Podcast. If you have an episode, topic, or question, please email us at hustlehumblypodcast@gmail.com.
Be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. See you next week. Bye.
This is the good life.
It's recording. It feels like it's going really fast.
Very vigorous explanation. I could hear you all the way up there.
We're very passionate about
Very
this.
passionate about it.
Well, I've heard it all already.
Well, yeah, you're like the second time. Oh, I know this. I know what happens here.
Yep.
That's why I didn't bother coming down until she was done telling it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it recording now? Can we see it?
How do I look?
You look like a dream.
Is it better?
It looks amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Look, here's the thing.
Haven
It's
told me
more
that too this
zoomed
morning.
in, but if you lean back, like sit up straight, then you're like at the edge of the frame. So don't like, you know what I mean?
So I need to stay really.
Tight on the desk.
Do you want me to zoom out a little bit?
I don't know. Come look at it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see, like I'm right at the edge.
I don't know. I think
Is
Is that
that how
how
I
I look?
You're pretty close, yeah.
Like
I
to the
think
When
edge.
you were leaned up on the table, so I don't know the imagine that would be comfortable
But
for
you
an
could
hour.
see this. You could see the chair edge.
Just a hair.
Can I sit like this?
That's perfect.
Great.
Feel like you
I
could
feel
move.
comfy. Yeah.
Look, if you end up out of the frame, it's fine. They already know that YouTube is not what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. It's funny.
What are you trying to tell me? Don't tell me the story.
I was going to say something else.
You just don't want to be recorded. Maybe later.
One lender is very like, stay in your lane agent. And the other lender is very like,
Will you help me get this done? Will you please help me get this done? I can't get these people to give me the stuff.
yes.
The other one's like, don't get involved. Don't ask me what I'm doing.
And, like, even the email back, I was kind of like,
Okay, fine.
kinda made-
Tell me how you really feel?
it kind of made me think. I feel
Is
like
it me? Are you
right,
talking
but
about
then
me?
They ended with, "Of course, this isn't you." But I'm thinking it sure sounds like me because I'm
50% of
very
jokes are
involved.
the truth,
I know.
Alyssa. Some of these people had to then send me a full-on message because they couldn't put it all in the box, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's a lot."
I mean, this could be a two-parter.
Right?
We'll have to see how it goes.
We'll just we'll time it out, I guess. Good grief. I feel like I'm reliving the how to deal with and don't
yeah.
be a. That's what I feel like I'm reliving.
Because I guess too, trying to focus more on like practical tips.
I wrote practical tips.
Okay.
Only one person so far has given me a practical tip.
Okay, I've got a slew.
From the lender's title?
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay.
The realtors are just telling me the same
They're
thing.
venting.
Yes. I mean, man. They really unleashed. They really unleashed on these. I was like, oh, okay, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah. This is through the Hustle Humbly.
No.
How does that work?
So when you put the sticker box on there and tagged it, I just put another sticker box right on top of yours. Because they can't fill it in.
I see. Yeah.
I did the same box.
So the
on
ones
mine.
that came to mine are not the same.
No.
Okay, I gotta get there. Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Working it. I'm gonna put on some lip gloss for the YouTube. Doing it just for you, YouTube.
All right.
You got it?
Yeah. And then I had to turn the page.
Okay. Also, I received an email from a girl named Kim. She said, I listen to your podcast weekly and have learned so much from you and Alyssa. I'm so grateful to both of you for the time you spend pouring so much into agents like myself. I had a thought and I just figured I'd throw it out there. Would you ladies ever entertain the idea of someone interviewing you on the podcast? Kind of like a new agent gets to just pick your brains about anything and everything. With a predetermined question list, of course. I totally volunteer as tribute if you think this would be interesting.
That would be.
But I also get that you don't know me from Adam, so I understand if you did this with someone you're more familiar with.
Set up a Zoom.
Just a thought.
That would be great.
Okay. I printed my toast. I'm super prepared. Look how prepared I am.
How are we going to fit this all?
I don't know. What do you mean?
We just have a lot.
You're right. I don't know what we're gonna do. Your nails are not nearly as festive as they have been.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feels nice being back neutral.
We'll just put it right there. Can you see
Okay.
it?
Yep.
Hi.
Hey, Katie.
Hello and welcome.